What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Recovery Rebellion. This is the podcast that calls out the messy and complicated truth about drugs, the treatment industry, and everything in between. So I am recording on a camera. Typically what I've been doing is using my laptop so then I can use my mic and just record through Riverside. And that's how I'm always going to have to record with guests. But I like my little books and stuff, but with the camera that I have, it's an Insta360, so it's the way that it records. Like, I'm still trying to kind of figure it out, like the best way to do it. And I also don't know if the sound is going to be as good, but I did just order a mic for it. But I think switching up the scenery a little bit doesn't hurt. I just woke up a little while ago. I'm having my first cup of coffee, so when I'm on my laptop, it's right here, like I'm right in your face. So it's nice, a little bit of distance to know that people can't see right up my nose. But anyways, this is just going to be a quick, hey, how are ya? How's it going episode. I wanted to talk about 7-0-H, but honestly, I don't know enough about it to make a episode about it right now. What I'm probably going to do is clip in a TikTok that Chauncey did because she tagged a few of us who she thought would give a shit about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it in this episode. I will also put the link in the description in case you want to sign the petition. But let me give you like the Cliff Notes version and my uneducated, just like what I know about it. But like I said, I'm not that well versed. I took a couple of notes here. So 7-0-H, right? 7-hydroxymitrogene. I'm maybe not saying that right at all. You may hear it through the hysteria of the headlines as gas station heroin. Okay, so what is 7-0-H? 7-hydroxymitrogene, or 7-0-H, is a naturally occurring alkaloid found in the kratom plant. In the raw plant, it makes up less than 2% of the total alkaloids, but in the concentrated or synthetic form, it becomes a powerful opioid, estimated to be several times stronger than morphine. This is me reading a definition that I found online. Please do your own research because, again, I am not well versed in that. I don't know if that's 100% true. I believe that it is, but please, with this subject, since I don't know much about it, do your own research. Always do your own research, but there are some subjects that I feel much more confident in, and this is not one of them. So it's estimated to be several times stronger than morphine. It binds to the same receptors as other opioids, meaning it can produce pain relief, euphoria, and at higher doses, sedation or respiratory depression. The version people are seeing in gas stations and smoke shops isn't the tiny amount found in natural kratom. It's an extracted, concentrated, or lab-made version sold in products like gummies, powders, and capsules. So I guess there's like a whole bunch of drama even in between like the kratom community and the 7-0-H supporters. Like it's a whole thing. This says, in New York, advocates have said not a single death has been attributed to 7-0-H, and overdose rates have actually gone down since it showed up. The overdose is going down. Can we say it's 7-0-H? No. We don't have, it could be the increase in naloxone. There's so many different variables as to why overdose rates, but could this be contributing? There are several people who are in harm reduction who have told me that they have participants who have switched to 7-0-H and it has gotten them off the illicit fent supply on the street, which we know is a huge deal because it's so unpredictable. I think that the 7-0-H would be a much better idea to have it regulated and marketed and educate. Like, we need proper marketing for it. We need proper education. We need proper labeling. We need, dosing information. Give the people the information so that they can make an informed decision for themselves, right? We do this with alcohol. People die from alcohol-related deaths every single fucking day, right? More than they do from illicit opioids. Think about that for a second. More people die a year from alcohol-related deaths than they do from illicit drugs. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. And the illicit drug deaths would be so much less if we had a safe, regulated supply. The reason that there are so many deaths and the jump in the deaths, it's not because drugs are so bad, right? It's that the shit that people are using is shit. It's not the good stuff that we had back in the day. Did people still die from that stuff? Absolutely. But you will see a huge correlation, right, between when they cut down on prescriptions and then when overdose deaths skyrocketed. I mean, it smacks you right in the face. People will say, well, it's not necessarily from that, but listen, we had less deaths when there was more prescriptions on the street. Point blank, right? If we crack down on this 7-OH, there are people who are using this, who are using it to stay off of the illicit supply. Then you got little Georgie who walks in. He's never had substance use disorder. He's never really, doesn't know shit about shit. He sees this cool little package. Oh, good feeling, energy. I'm gonna fucking try this. Then Georgie tries it. He goes a little bit out of control. And then he's like, oh, I'm addicted. Like, people need to be informed of what they're taking, because someone like little Georgie would have never touched that shit if it was marketed correctly. So you're getting people who wouldn't normally be partaking in these substances, partaking in them, and then when they get a little bit too friendly with the substance, then they want to advocate hard for it to be like, this almost killed me, this almost ruined my life, blah, 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 blah. And like, their story is valid, absolutely. But their story should be going towards the marketing and regulation of it, not canceling it, like not having it to where it's completely illegal and it's a Schedule I drug and nobody should have it, because people are having good effects from it. Chronic pain patients, there are a lot of chronic pain patients who have turned to it, and it's changed their life for the positive. These horror stories should be used for the proper regulation, education, information. Like, be honest with people, let people know what the hell they're taking. But we always just rushed, we gotta schedule it, we gotta get it off the streets. Well, no. Because, and again, if it was about safety, alcohol would not be a thing. But alcohol is everywhere. Don't tell me it's about some substances are safe and some substances aren't, because alcohol, it's all about responsible use, and we could be doing the same thing, especially with something like 7-OH. So I'm going to clip in a TikTok that Chauncey did. I will also drop the link for the petition, and then I will do some more actual research on it.
This is a great question. Yes, when I say that the FDA has recommended that the DEA schedule 7-OH, that means that they want the DEA to classify 7-OH as a drug under our Controlled Substance Act. Under the Controlled Substance Act, they classify drugs in 4 different tiers. So you have Schedule 1 through Schedule 4. 1 being their most controlled substance, 4 being the least controlled. Now, scheduling is supposed to be based off of things like accepted medical use in the United States, propensity for misuse and addiction, dependency, things like that. Now, historically, it has not been used in that way. It has been used to lock up certain groups or to push out the competition of Big Pharma. Like illicit fentanyl is a Schedule I substance, but so is cannabis. And cocaine is a Schedule II. So do you see here how scheduling is also used to determine how much jail time you will get for possessing these substances? So if they were to schedule 7-OH tomorrow and you're to get caught with a pack of it, well, now you're a felon and you can face up to 10 years. If you got 2 packs of it, now you're looking at distribution. If you have some in your purse that you forgot about and you go to grandma's house in the next state over, now you are trafficking across state lines. And you are going to get the same penalties if you're caught with it as you would for trafficking illicit fentanyl. Do you see how crazy this sounds right now? And this actually happened to a girl with a bag of kratom, like whole leaf kratom, that she bought in Florida, and she crossed into Alabama, I believe, and they hit her with a $1 million bond and a life sentence for a bag of kratom. And the FDA has been trying to schedule Kratom and throw Kratom under the bus for years because Big Pharma is not a fan of Kratom taking away its customers. And now it looks like the Kratom industry is doing the exact same thing to 7-OH. I just saw a video the other day of Mac Haddow, one of the top dogs at the American Kratom Association, saying, well, he changed his mind on 7-OH because he follows the science, which currently there's not enough science to schedule 7-OH. There is studies in the process of being done, but that does take some time. And he followed that up with, and 7-OH will knock whole leaf Kratom out of the market. It is very disheartening to see because I went with the American Kratom Association earlier this year in April to lobby for whole leaf Kratom and to protect whole leaf Kratom because the FDA has been on whole leaf Kratom's ass. So to be a part of that and to understand that there needs to be a separation between whole leaf Kratom and 7-OH to this push to schedule has been just devastating to see. And something that really worries me as a Kratom advocate and as a whole leaf Kratom user is if we schedule 7-OH, what is that going to look like across the board for whole leaf Kratom? Because the FDA can say all day they're not coming after whole leaf Kratom because they're not. They're just going after 7-OH. But 7-OH naturally occurs in Kratom. If you've got a bag of Kratom right now, it's got like 2% 7-OH in it. We only have 14 states, I think, that have enacted a Consumer Protection Act for Kratom. So the rest of those states that don't have legislation protecting them are going to be in violation of Schedule 1 substance. Kind of like cannabis is federally scheduled, but some states have enacted legislation where they've made cannabis legal, but the rest of the states, it's still illegal. I don't think this is a move for anybody. It's been hard enough to pass Consumer Protection Acts as it is. What do y'all think it's going to be like when we've been demonizing and schedule a substance that's in the bag we're trying to protect? That's why it's so important that we make sure that this does not get scheduled. Education, yes. Regulation, absolutely yes. Promoting the responsible adult use, keeping it out of the hands of children, yes. We can do all of the exact same things that the American Kratom Association has done with Kratom to protect 7-OH and its users.
And again, like the enemy is not the substance, it's the way that they completely reckless with their marketing of it. Completely reckless. I will 100% say that. It's fucked up. And all they did was hurt themselves by marketing it that way. Because now people that didn't have informed consent on what they were taking, didn't know what was going on, and now they're some of the loudest voices for getting it off of the shelves. When again, those stories should not be used to get it off the shelves. Those stories should be used for pushing for more education and proper marketing of the product. Yes, keep it away from kids, 100%, all of that stuff. But don't take something that's literally giving people their life back. There's two sides to everything, and we always focus on the hysteria side when there's so many good things about it too. It's just, yeah, I don't know. But I just wanted to drop that. You guys know that I still have several episodes that I need to edit. The episode with Emma from Group Thinking Podcast is going up. I can't believe it's August. Like, what the hell, dude? That's insane. That's actually insane. Time just keeps flying, so gotta get my shit together. I had an interview with Stanton Peele. It was awesome. I'll definitely be having him on again because we didn't touch on anything that I really wanted to talk to him about. But he seems open to kind of collabing and stuff, so we'll definitely be talking to Stanton Peele more. There's a lot that I align with him on. I don't know if I'm 100% on everything, but I do agree with a hell of a lot that he says. Then later today, I am having an interview with Dee Dee Stout. Like, I'm telling you, I'm having so many interviews. I have so many people scheduled. I have so many cool things going on. So just be patient with me while I figure it all out, because trying to work over 40 hours a week and then balance all this shit with my ADHD brain has not been working out very well. But we're getting it together, and I appreciate you being patient while I do it. And I actually got to get in the shower, so I will talk to you guys later.